To your credit, many of you predicted the drop-off. You know, the early season excitement followed by the inevitable doom of AFC Thames. Oh, you were wrong. Welcome back. Hello there, folks, and welcome back to AFC Thames with me, DoctorBenjyFM. We're not second or third or fourth or fifth. We are first in the league table right now after our win against Southport last time we met. We've only played a few games, only 3 league games to be exact. Solihull Moors, Dagenham Redbridge and Harrogate Town. And the reason for our meeting today is we play Fleetwood, a top of the table clash against Fleetwood. They're currently sitting in 3rd position, Burton Albion in 2nd. We play both of them in today's episode. This will really put the cat amongst the pigeons, the Thames amongst the men. Let's see, can we do the business against both of these sides? And based on early season form, it's possible. Now, the thing that's terrifying about this is that it's all going rather well. So far, we are unbeaten before we play the 2 sides that I am probably most afraid of. I was just flicking through, like, the Fleetwood team's a good example, right? You can see the scout report that's gone in on them. They are a very well-rounded side. They don't have any real standout players. They've got players that are very good and can do the job required of them when asked, but there's no standout players here necessarily, and it reminds me of a team that's been built over at AFC Thames, a team that so far who are performing way above expectation, and there's a man to point out so far. 5 assists, 1 goal. Gavin Arnold at right back is the most sort of standout of the well-rounded players, and so far at right back he's been absolutely fantastic. 7.34 so far. One of the assists, I should say, was in the cup. But either way, a really solid start to his time here at Thames, and hopefully, well, long may it continue. In our most recent win as well against Harrogate Town, you can see there David Cabage doing the business and really putting in a shift so far this season. 9 goals in 7 compared to what he did last season, where he got 13 in 31. He could beat 13 today with the form that he's in. You never know. Right then, tactically, I've not changed it, which is probably the biggest shock of all. Team-wise, they've been doing really, really well. Broom and Cabbage have a really good partnership so far. Broom tends to be the player that sort of distracts, and Cabbage makes the most of the chances that are coming his way. Right, as I say, 2 huge games today then to pick things up. It's Fleetwood and Burton. In terms of the takeover, by the way, so far, it's in the process of a board. In process, we've just had one! Another takeover. I don't need one. I do not need one. Well, I don't. Let's not say don't need one. If they come along and pump in like millions, then sure, let's do it. I've had nothing of it. You know, you type takeover in, nothing, no news. No, just this sort of random, vague piece of news in general. Owner status in the process of what? Okay, fine. I'd love to know how long hang on, when did they join? Tom Smith joined earlier this year. It was the 8th of January. So less than a year, and he's off. Less than a year. I mean, we did quite well this season. Hang around for a bit. It just makes me feel a bit on nerves. New ownership means maybe new management, and that terrifies me. All right, let's get into the game then. We're playing the 4-3-1-2 system once again. Cannon in goal, Arnold, Andrews, McBride and Turner at left back. We've got Batch, Grice, Chimel, Dillon behind Broom and Cabbage. So far, as I say, it's been going rather well. Long may it continue. All right, what's the worst? That's what you've got to think about. What's the worst that can happen from here? We don't get into the playoffs. Yes, you're right. That is the worst thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I have picked out today 2 games that are going to give us the toughest test. If we overcome these 2 games, imagine if we win them both, then we're on for it. If I'm going to set expectations to be realistic, I think we'll probably lose them both. We are once again predicted to be the worst side in the division. So with that in mind, hold on to your hats, viewers. I think the only thing I would like today, viewers, is a lack of penalty nonsense. That's all. Is that so much to ask? Wilson. Should be noted, we're in the white. I know it's confusing because they're wearing our colours. That's not going to count. He's offside. We're in the white kit today with the away from home side. So they're wearing our kit, basically. It's very confusing, as that's well off. So good assistant refereeing there, as miles off. I'm going to encourage. A lot of people give me advice on when to encourage. You're right, you should only encourage very early in the game when it's still a draw, or if you're a goal behind, sometimes it's good to encourage, or if you just pull it back and suddenly you're level again, you can encourage. It's not a perfect science, is it? Let's face it. None of us really know when the best time to encourage is, as Arnold is on the ball. That always makes me excited. Now the acceleration of Broom, but Arnold's back on it again, whipped in. Cabbage is there. It falls and breaks in our favour, does it? It does. Grice is going to play out to the left back. Turner back to the ball winning midfielder of Grice. As towards Cabbage it goes. Oh my word, Cabbage. That was a chance. That was a big chance. Fleetwood 0, Thames 0. So far, pretty even game. XG-wise, we're dominating. Possession-wise, we're dominating. I mean, so far so good. It's almost a little bit of those, regardless if we win right now, we're playing well and we've created a really good chance so far. And you may have noticed we've got a game in hand as well. Because there are a weird number of teams in the division, it's a little bit strange. There's the short corner. They're not marking it. Ball played in. Oh, it was nearly perfect. Oh, it could not have gone any better. Beautifully done. Shaw and Broom should have scored, right? Another throw for us. Arnold's everything going through Arnold. I love it. He's such a good player for us. Broom towards Bachu. Well, he couldn't quite bring the ball under control. And the ball forward now. And the Canon. Where are you going? What are you, boys, defending? Oh my God, what's he doing? It's everything. Everyone relax. It's absolutely, I'm totally calm. Broom now, the acceleration of him. I mean, from one end to another, there's going to be a free kick to us. I don't know what Canon was doing. He thought he was a libero. It's all I can assume. It's all I can. There's one thing we can be certain of. He thought he was a libero. Anyway, half an hour to go. The question now comes, do we start to make a change? I've bringing Siddiqui on quite often for Dylan, so we're going to keep that move going. Again, he's just a very well-rounded player, just keeps things ticking over. Our XG is so good compared to theirs right now. That's just, again, in terms of chance creation, it's worth looking into. Outside of that, not really. Again, starts with Arnold. Every highlight seems to right now. As Chimmel to Arnold, to Grice now. Is he going to try and put a cross in? Of course, Cabbage is a big boy in there, so I've got no issue at all in trying to find him, but find my voice, someone? I don't know what just happened to me. Cabbage looked offside to me. As he's hit the post anyway, he's offside. That ball over the top towards Cabbage is absolutely lethal. He's got like 14 acceleration. Better finishing than that, you'd assume as well. 10 minutes to go. And now Fleetwood with their chance, of course, as the home side against Thames as well. You'd expect them to want to win this and should be winning this, really, as defensively we're tripping over each other. Boys, no, Turner heads away. It's not a particularly good header as we continue to try and at least just stem the tide right now, but maybe break. I'm just looking at our two players in there. Maybe it's possible as McBride's header. It's not his best. Ball played back in. He was out of position. Concannon in his goal this time makes a decent save. And we might even break for this, the ball launched forward. It's not very good. Oh, they're in. Davis, it's gone over the top. Concannon, it's a big save. I tell you what, he had me my heart pounding earlier, but that's not bad at all. All right, just looking at other things we can maybe do to change this. Ocon, I think maybe is the move. Batch to come off, Ocon to come on. Fresh legs in the centre. I think I might do Boateng for Broom as well. Boateng, very, very good striker. So let's see. I mean, on paper, very, very good striker. Been a very even game, I guess you would say, so far. We've had the Bass even game. That's nonsense. We should win this. Come on, boys. We've got to throw in again, as it always seems to be in this particular game anyway. Arnold to start the attack off. It's not the best throw in the world, but you're hoping that we should be on that. I'm looking at Turner on that left-hand side and seeing he's open. Ball played over Cabbage. I think you're offside again, mate. I think Cabbage lives offside. It's been disallowed, as we kind of knew it would be. I guess defensively they step up and Cabbage just slow to get back on side. Andrews plays, it's a good ball forward. So it's a great finish from Cabbage, but he's got lots of space. And I highlight another one as it launches forward and it's flicked on and Andrews goes back to Concannon, who I knew he was going to get that. I was not in any way worried. Concannon though, ball at his chest currently. Launches forward towards Cabbage. It's a great first touch from Cabbage. Now, can he score from there? It's a tough angle. Surely not. Well, I think he's hit the side netting and it's gone behind. It's been a very, as far as 0-0s go, viewers, this has been up there as Ocon, who has just come on, is now going to have to go off injured, which is not ideal at all. So Siddiqui, we know, can play centrally. He did it for us last year. But Ocon, hope that's not too bad an injury as the time is ticking away. Oh, no, it's not over. I mean, I thought it was over as Fleetwood are going to have a final chance 96 minutes into the game. That's just purely because of the Ocon injury, you would assume. As Siddiqui gets it clear, Cabbage flicks on. Boateng, if he can beat his man, this could be a chance. He's fresh, remember. The defenders may be tired. Boateng goes for goal. Oh my word, he just went for it. From there, of all angles, I think it's going to end 0-0. This is a real good result, in my opinion, against a very, very competent Fleetwood side. I'm just going to be cautious in my closing here, please. No, it's a free kick. I think that's probably fine. But again, we are well over the allotted time. I don't know how big Ocon's injury is. The fact that there's time just sort of been added on to the added time, Gilbert, no, not like this. Okay, Andrews does well. We've defended brilliantly. You've got to say, we're 97 minutes into the game and we have defended absolutely excellent from minute one, because that ball towards Cabbage isn't going to do the business. And Wow. I mean, we might tick all the way to 98 the way this is going. A really good performance. I mean, Fleetwood, I'll repeat again, one of the best sides. I was scared to play them a little bit because, especially away from home, right, you just never know. But there it is, full-time, 0-0. One of the most exhilarating, stressful 0-0s I've ever seen. Cabbage, living offside, not ideal. Our XG there, though, man, we were really putting him to the sword there. We probably should have won it. And I'm happy with the performance. Hopefully they are too. A really good away draw. I said away win, away draw. And now we play Burton, and that's going to be just as tough. Maidstone have come into it as well. Burton have just drawn with Harrogate Town. Burton have drawn 2 games in a row now, as have Fleetwood actually. And we know if we beat Burton, we might start to create a little bit of a gap at the top. And Maidstone now coming into the conversation. Ockard then 3 to 4 weeks with an ankle ligament injury. Now the good thing for us, we've got a lot of depth in the team now, so Holden comes onto the bench no problem. Another takeover. Sorry to go back to that, viewers, but I mean, what are we doing here? Unless they're going to give me 15 million quid, I'm not bothered. I'll take $1 million. I'll take $1 million. I'll take $500,000. I'll take $500,000, actually, thinking about it. I don't think this is going to get done quickly either, but based on the last takeover, it took absolutely ages. So, who knows? I'd quite like it if the Patreons took over. If we could maybe come together and we could fan own Thames, that'd be fantastic. We're setting new unbeaten record runs right now. Of course, so far this season, we are unbeaten. Maybe we'll go in... Don't say it. Not before the Burton game. Okay, well, big news, considering we were apparently in the process of a board takeover. No more, viewers. It's over. The board have quashed links with a consortium. Apparently, they've sensationally quashed reports of a potential takeover. Some groups had been connected with a potential deal by Voteball Zone. But in light of recent developments, the landscape is now somewhat less clear, and supporters will be watching closely as the situation continues to unfold. So that suggests that this takeover talk isn't done for the year, but it's done for right now. At least we get a little bit of clarity in the episode. That's nice, viewers. I feel like there was a start to that takeover, and now there's been an end, which is nice. So then, folks, after the first game against Fleetwood, why change anything? It was a pretty good performance, really. Could Canon, Arnold, Turner, McBride, and Andrews continue as that back line? They're so strong in the last game. Let's hope they can continue it going into the Burton one. Looking at the Burton side, based on the ability, of course, this is sort of judged off us and what we have in our team. So when you just do a quick comparison of their star ratings compared to... there's a difference. There is a difference, it's fair to say. But Fleetwood had the same difference, and we did well against them. I mean, maybe I'm not going to... Our potential is phenomenal. Let's hope we're here for another 5 years. All right, let's see. If Cabbage can be a little more clinical. Defensively, we're pretty strong. If we can be a little bit more creative in behind him, maybe. This could be the moment. This could be the moment. I'm saying moment. I'm unbeaten this season. I don't really know how to fit... What do people do in this situation? We're at home. We're playing Burton. It's going to be a battle, I suspect. We're going to get an early encourage in as well. 7 minutes in. Look at the smiley faces down here. They love it. Sometimes when drawing, you can do it. It's a streamer showdown technique. All right, are we going to go short here, or is Arnold going to put this one straight in? He goes short to Batch. There's an option on the edge. Turner lashes. Oh, my goodness me. Moyes Turner with a phenomenal strike. Left-footed. I mean, it must have gone top of the corners, viewers. It's Thames 1, Burton 0. Arnold to Batch, who just lays it off. It's a perfect layoff as well. And the strike is top of the top corners. Turner, well, start calling him Corner. Sorry. That's not even remotely good. There's 2 ambulances over there. I hope everyone's all right. Corner. We'll start calling him Corner from now. Here goes Chimmel on the right-hand side. Plays the ball forward. It's not that good. Now Hoskins with a chance to maybe launch this forward. I'm just going to zoom out. You can see the City of London behind us there, viewers, of course. It's an almost perfect replica. As the ball is played forward, it's a great touch as they race forward. Burton now in trouble. Oh, Andrews comes across. Oh, dude. I'm totally... Oh, he could be in trouble here, could he? He's been booked for that savage tackle. No, we're not watching the penalty until I've really analysed how ridiculous this game is. I already know what I want to do. I want to go behind the goal. And maybe it is a penalty, viewers. Maybe I'm wrong. You know what? I didn't get this angle on first look. We could only go off what we saw. But I suspect the ball is either blocked or cleanly won by Andrews. As here we go. He slides in here. Right, admittedly, I'm not sure he takes the ball cleanly there. I think we are going to need a second. I think we're going to need another look. Does he miss the ball? Well, the way the ball moves, it's difficult to say. With this match, I've got no idea anymore. I've got no idea. Anyway, it's a penalty, so who cares what I think, you know? Who cares? Andrews is going to be booked here as well. I think it's already happened. We're not live. There we are. We're live. As Matthew steps up. Oh my God, Canon! What a save! We love the boy. Well, whether it's two things now. If it was a penalty, then it was safe. If it wasn't a penalty, justice. So everyone wins, really, other than Burton, who might have been half done by there. Yellow card for that as well, Andrews. That's what a brilliant tackle. Okay, it doesn't matter anymore. They didn't score, so we're chilling. Batch just got a little bit of an injury on that left side, having a very good game so far, of course. Got the assist for the goal as Gould on the edge of the box. It's blocked, and now the pace of Broom as Cabbage, while he finds him. Now Broom, if he can get away, he's gone. Broom is gone. It's usually a goal, viewers. Broom goes forward. It is a goal. Scott Broom's third goal of the season. He's not been in that opportunity too much this season, but when he has, because he's got sort of some low technicals and some low mentals, when he's got that amount of time, it's very, very difficult to stop him. He gets the perfect first touch away from Matthews, runs away with it, and then the finish is absolutely perfect. Just chips it almost over the goalkeeper to the far side. It's Thames 2, Burton 0, and was that a penalty or not? Who knows? Who cares, viewers, honestly? Who cares? The way things are working out, we've got a game in hand and a 5-point gap's emerged. What is going on here? I'm very happy the way things are going, lads. Goodness gracious me. I don't know what to say, viewers. Turner now plays it to Cabbage as some lovely football from the boys. Batch across to Grice, and now Batch gets it back again to Grice, who plays it off to that left-hand side, or the right-hand side, I should say. Sorry, Arnold now inside to Chimmel. Back to Arnold. Ball played in. It's not very good, it must be said, but we do get the ball back under our control, under our spell. As you can see, the fullback's really pushed up as the ball forward. Not our best work. And now Hoskins, as we've seen before, is going to try and launch this one. But defensively, we're pretty well set, to be honest. It goes forward. If we can win the header, we can't. Oh no! Why did I say we were well set? Calvert into the man up front as it's fired terribly wide. All right, let's be sensible here. We've been attacking the whole game. I'm going to praise the boys. Do you know what? We've been so good in the first hour of the game. Why wouldn't I? Batch's injury is a little bit of a concern. I think taking him off makes sense. I think Lay is a pretty good player to bring on in this circumstance. On that left-hand side, I think he's left-footed, so it makes a lot of sense. As Thames 2, Burton 0, with just over 20 minutes to go. Wow, this is quite the start to our season. And the time, viewers, I mean, and I'm going to stay quiet about it, the time is ticking away. Of course, their XG is hugely inflated by the penalty, so it's actually been a pretty even game on balance, as they're not done quite yet, of course. They are still pushing to get back in this as the ball goes over. Concannon had it covered, I'd like to think. But, I mean, the penalty save was huge. Concannon there. Otherwise, it's 1-1, and we are all at sea. Another short corner from us. Dylan plays it in. We're there under it. We don't quite get there. Turner, though. He might shoot from there, knowing Turner. Now seeing what you can do from that area of the pitch. As Grice gets it. We're going all the way back to the centre-backs. Broom, the pace of Broom. You can't stop him, viewers. Oh, dearie me. Another corner, though. I mean, Burton have brought a lot of fans today, and they're going home crying. And there we are then, viewers. The time is almost up. I mean, Thames 2, Burton 0. I came into these games thinking this is going to be classic Thames here, where we are going to falter and fumble, but no, that is not what we've seen today. Thames 2, Burton 0, Broom on the score sheet, as well as that rocket from Turner early on. A really, really good performance. I'm proud of the performance. That's how I feel about these boys right now. They are doing me proud, and there we are then. You look at this league table when it loads through. We are having a phenomenal start to the season. I don't really know. What do people say when they're doing well? Oh yes, it's a party atmosphere, viewers. It's a party atmosphere. That's what's going on right now. As have I got one of those? So on my stream, when things get a little bit raucous, we often hit the. It's a party atmosphere. It's a party atmosphere. So. It's a party atmosphere. I'll see you again tomorrow for a whole lot more. We love with care for it's been just on its time. Look after yourselves. Be good. And 5 p.m. tomorrow, we'll be back. Goodness gracious me. Look at that league table.